Hi guys, this is Circle L Rescue live with real-time animal rescue. This is Daniel. He is the most recent saved from slaughter horse. He's a young gelding, and we thought we would just let you guys hang out and visit with him while he works through his medication and feed this morning. So we're gonna go on about with what we've got to get done and enjoy some feed time here with our buddy Daniel. Now coming from the kill pen, Daniel is getting a mixture of soaked alfalfa, a little bit of corn, and sweet feed to entice him. And in his grain, he's getting a pelletized medication for his runny nose. So hopefully he will be feeling better here in a couple of days. away. Hi, Tamara. We wanted to answer your question real fast. In the United States, currently, unwanted horses tend to go to what we call a sale barn. And at the sale barn, they are at risk of being purchased by what we call a kill buyer. Kill buyers buy horses for the kill pens, and the kill pens then take these horses, and you often see they will put a video up. They all have Facebook pages. They will put a video up of this horse, and they will tell you how much bail is required for this horse to not go be slaughtered. So the slaughter of horses was outlawed quite some time ago. In the United States, we shut down our slaughterhouses that processed horse. The workaround that the nefarious people have found is sending truckloads of horses to either Canada or Mexico. I'm trying to find a stationary place to sit this so you can watch Daniel. So that being said, horses like Daniel, who for whatever reason are no longer wanted, they enter the slaughter pipeline, and chances are high that Daniel's owners had no idea that he had the possibility of being picked up for slaughter, but he was hours away from boarding the truck to Mexico when he was bailed by an angel who saved his life, and we took placement, so he's here with us. He's a young boy, right about 5, and appears to be an Appaloosa or an Appaloosa cross, but very much has the body and the characteristics representing the Appaloosa breed. I know a lot of people are going to say, sure, Circle L, there's not a spot on that horse. But with extensive research, we're pretty confident in that breed diagnosis, for lack of a better word. So without going into a lot of gruesome detail, American factories, for instance, they're regulated by American business or American, government, right, agencies. When we start sending American animals to other countries, then we no longer have the protection of that government oversight. And while we typically aren't the biggest fans of lots of, sorry, Daniel's pooping. We're not the biggest fans of a lot of big government, but in this case it's necessary because the government oversight is what gives the animals protection. Now, you had mentioned the roundup of the wild horses, and just to be clear, the wild horses are also at high risk of being shipped to slaughter. Let's walk through how that process looks for a minute. Bureau of Land Management will tell you all day long that they do not send horses to slaughter. When the more similar truth, or the more clear truth of the matter is, they turn a blind eye to horses that are being sent to slaughter. Mustangs are rounded up if they are not adopted for the insanely low cost of $125. Then they themselves start making their way through the slaughter pipeline, bouncing from sale barn to different auctions and various kill pens. Should they not get bailed, then they are loaded onto a very cramped cattle hauler and transported, in our case here in Oklahoma, south across the border into Mexico, where they are slaughtered. And we are talking BLM branded, usually titled Mustangs. BLM will tell you that they have no responsibility in what the adopter does once they receive the title, and when the fact is clearly they are well aware that these horses are being slaughtered for human consumption. It's a crisis. We are eradicating very treasured pieces of American history, and we are doing so at an alarming rate when there are alternatives available. They may be more costly and not as popular of an alternative, but there are alternatives than the brutal roundups, and ultimately, no one truly knows what the percentage is that's shipped to slaughter, but we can tell you that locally there are folks that buy truckloads of these horses to hold long enough to get their bonus, and then when they've received their $1,000 bonus per horse from the federal government, they turn around and run them through a sale barn. So it's never good. That being said, we've talked about in days past where you have grandpa, who runs his farm and has a few horses. His go-to ranch horse, once that horse is of retirement age, earned a spot in the back pasture. He had a soft, cushy life. He probably got to pony around the grandkids, and he was able to die peacefully, comfortably in his home where he had spent his life being a good and faithful servant. In this day and age, thank you to the disposable generation, horses no longer have that luxury. They are not kept in their forever homes. Horses are frequently sold, traded, just pushed all over the place for the newest, best, fastest, more flashy. And instead of having the ability to retire at home and, die a natural death or be humanely euthanized if the situation warrants, we are seeing the old timers being sent through the sale barns so that their owner can recuperate a few $100s while this horse is has his life on the line in a disgusting kill pen environment, filled with illness and just fear. We have horses there that are well aware of what's coming, and that's terrifying. Horses like Daniel here, he is in quarantine so that he does not expose any of the other horses to any illness that he may have brought from the kill pen. But he also is needing to decompress and just need time to realize that he's safe, and this is a low stress environment compared to the high stress environment he just came out of. So, in long story, and I am not trying to ramble because I could go on the topic forever, daily American Mustangs and just American horses in general are losing their lives if they're caught in the slaughter pipeline, either in Canada or Mexico, depends on where you are situated within the continental United States. Here in Oklahoma, the unwanted horses, the sick, the injured, the ones that nobody wanted to take the time and take them to the vet. Nobody wanted to just give them a round of antibiotics. They're being ran through sale barns and being picked up by kill buyers ridiculously cheap. And then they are held at ransom on these Facebook pages where videos and things are being made so that they can make a few bucks off the horse. Thankfully, to the best of our ability, the only thing that Daniel has going on with him is an upper respiratory infection, which he most likely picked up at the kill pen. So he is on antibiotics, and he will be monitored closely to make sure that there's nothing else going on with him. We would suspect that his poor rat tail that the Appaloosas tend to carry is one of the factors for him ending up in slaughter. But, you know, you can look at this face just as well as I can and realize that at 5 years old, you know, he has an entire life ahead of him. He could live 25 to 30 more years and be a very welcome addition to a family. So, anybody watching Real Time Animal Rescue is probably on the same page as us that the slaughter of horses is just abhorrent. So, at any rate, we're a super tiny organization, and we do our best to save one life at a time. We ultimately try hard not to give money directly to the kill pen operators because they will just take those dollars and pick up more cheap horses that never get a video and will stay in the back lot until it's time to load the truck. We will never see them, and then they will ultimately be on a dinner plate in another country. So we try to interrupt that slaughter pipeline by being a resource for the horses here in our portion of Oklahoma that are being, are being neglected or are unwanted. And unfortunately, what we come up against more often than not is pride. You know, people are too prideful. They don't want to accept help, and they would rather their animal suffer and, you know, have a rough existence than accept some help. So that's enough of my soapbox. I'm going to go back to working on the fence and let you guys keep watching Daniel. Tamara, I hope that answers your question. Feel free to answer or ask any other questions that you may have in the comments below. We will keep an eye and do our best to answer whatever questions that you might have. And I just he's using the feed bunk to scratch his noggin. I'm going to keep working on this fence here, and if you have any other questions, like I said, stick them in the comments below. I'll check it from time to time and see if we can't answer you. However, I'm just going to let the video play on Daniel here until either he is done working on the feed in the feed bunk or the phone runs out of battery. So be sure to like and subscribe. Don't forget that one. It's crucial. Follow us on social media everywhere across the board at Circle L Rescue. And be sure to visit circlelrescue.org so you can learn more about our various outreach, community outreach projects. Thanks. just gotta move this real fast. No, I'm not gonna bother you. You keep on munching. And adjust the camera a bit since he's grazing. Stay. Okay, guys, the phone is screaming at us to get it charged. This is Circle L Rescue, live with real-time animal rescue. And be sure to click like and subscribe so that you receive notifications anytime that we're going to go live. And again, this is Daniel, the newest to the bunch. Isn't he gorgeous? And we're going to sign off here. It's about to get loud as soon as I move the truck down this direction to finish pulling this bottom row, or this bottom line of fencing. But like I said, be sure to hit like, subscribe, follow us on social media. We always need help getting the word out about what's happening to American horses. So if this is something you are passionate about, we'd love to hear from you. If you have any questions about our rescue program, our refeeding process, thankfully, as you can see, Daniel here is not starved. We are very, very, very thankful. A lot of the horses that we get in, because one of the things that we specialize in is refeeding starved horses, and Daniel here thankfully is not. So his recovery process is a lot shorter. He does have a lead line he's pulling, so that is, since he is new to us and we are new to him, we want to be able to get hands on him every day to give him his medications and work with him. And until he learns that he can trust us, that sometimes can be difficult. So we let him have a little bit of a lead line for around the first week or so, depending on how long it takes them to adjust. So Daniel here is enjoying the sun. The wind is kind of chilly, but the sun sure feels good. But again, this is Circle L Rescue, live with real-time animal rescue, and we will see you guys next time.